Hello, everyone.
Hello, how's everyone doing today?
Let's make sure there's no sound coming from any of our devices, which so far I don't hear any. So we did it.
Yay!
Well, I did it.
You did it. You did it.
I did it. So, yes. Thank you, everybody, for being patient. And we missed last week's live stream, but we are doing it today, 2 hours early. So thank you for joining us if you are here. We really appreciate it. And this will be fun. We already have a few requests, so I'm excited. I think some of the songs I'm familiar with, and some of them I'm not familiar with so far.
That's pretty typical. Same here.
And my mom will just be taking selfies of herself over on this side.
I don't think I'm going to do it anymore because the last time I didn't even look at them, so it's sort of pointless.
I hope everybody can hear. It looks like my webcam mic is on, so hopefully everybody can hear us. But we're muted on our end, so I can't really tell. So thank you to everybody who's joined us so far. And let's see, anything interesting happened so far in the comments?
I'm looking.
Boo, Lizzo. Always. You always got to sneak that one in there, Patrick.
We should play a Lizzo song. Oh, wait a minute. This is One Hit Wonder.
Yeah,
Never
she's
mind.
not a one-hit wonder. She has many good hits.
So what are we going to start with?
We got a request from Adam and Eric and Patrick. And Adam had requested More. I think I'm familiar with that song. And then Eric requested Chariots of Fire. I don't know if I'm familiar with that one.
Is that from the movie? Many years ago?
Well, the channel is Film Tributes channel, so I'm assuming, is that a movie?
Chariots of Fire, that was a movie many years ago.
I've never heard of it.
Oh, okay. That's because it was a long time ago. Probably before you were born.
Yeah, who's in it?
I can't remember.
Yeah, you'll all let us know who's in it.
I know it won an Academy Award, and it was a beautiful movie. I don't remember if I watched the whole thing, but I remember some of my friends told me it was boring. That's all I remember from it.
Oh no, but I bet the song is good. So we will start with.
If I'm thinking of the same thing.
Oh my gosh, I didn't set up our headphones. I knew I was missing something. Hello, everybody. Please be patient with me as I get out our headphones.
She's got pregnant brain.
I do. And because we changed the time, I was a little rushed to get the live stream set up. But I have everything that I need in this drawer, so it's not like it's going to take forever.
Okay.
So what I need you to do is I need you to plug this into the only hole in front of the computer.
Can I manage that? Where? I'm technically challenged.
My computer. Yes, down there.
Oh. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Here we go.
Here we go.
I need a flashlight.
Yeah, sorry. So there is...
Where?
Wow, there's a hole right underneath the light. The power light. There's a hole.
Okay. Hey, I'm used to having IT people. When I used to work...
IT people plug in your headphones.
Well, I don't know if any of you are familiar with this.
Okay,
but
you need to lift your feet.
I worked at a company. The last couple of companies I worked for...
Okay, we're good. We got our headphones.
Nobody was allowed to do anything on their computers. If you needed a printer set up on your computer, you had to call IT. If you needed anything, if you needed a scanner, if you needed software, anything, you weren't allowed. You were in trouble if you did it yourself, because a lot of times people try to do things on their own and they just mess up everything, and then IT has to spend 3 times longer to fix your problem because first they had to figure out what did you do. So I actually kind of liked it. I'm a user. I hated installing anything. I hated fixing, troubleshooting.
You know, it's always really funny when you say I'm a user because that's also a drug reference.
Really?
Yeah. So I don't know, like my generation, when you say, oh, I'm a user, or she uses, or he uses, it's a drug reference. So whenever you say that, I always kind of laugh a little bit.
Well,
because you're so innocent, and then you're saying something like, I'm just a user.
Well, I just remember we had this huge meeting with the IT department, and one of the questions that was asked to IT was, what is your biggest problem? And this woman who works in IT, she was a very nice lady, but she was the head of IT, and she said, users. And everybody just started laughing. I'm
wow.
like, oh, I don't mind not having any kind of skills to figure out anything on my computer because I hate it.
That's crazy because my generation, we set up everything on our own. We do our own setup. Do you remember when we had a lady working for us and she had a paper jam in the printer?
I wasn't that bad.
She just put too much paper in the printer, and the simple solution would have been to just open up the printer and take some of the paper out.
Yeah.
And so when she went to go print something, you know, there was this big, I don't know, warning on the computer that said paper jam. And she freaked out and she's like, we gotta call IT.
No, what
and I
she
was
did,
like, oh, you gotta call IT over just opening the paper drawer.
No,
I thought
I
it was
could do
really
that.
funny. And she
No.
was like your age.
What she did was she started pulling the paper out, which ripped up all inside the printer. And I said, what are you doing? Why are you it's just making a mess. And she said, oh, it's a paper jam. I gotta get like, you just push this button, lift it up, pull out the paper, and now you gotta go in there and dissect all the little pieces out. I wasn't that bad. I was bad, but not that bad.
I don't know. You just asked for IT to plug in a headphone jack, so.
I did. You're my IT. And my very first computer, my brother set it up. My second computer, my dad set it up because they're both engineers. And I've never set up my computer. I usually just hire someone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like to mess with it. I get stressed out. I mean, I created my website. Could you imagine over 20 years ago? I did it myself, and I went out of my mind, but I did it.
Yeah, and my husband and I have our own we built our own computers at home.
Yeah.
And that's just so foreign to you. That concept.
Yeah, that's not me.
And we're building our son his very first computer, a gaming computer.
I'm just a user. But you know what? In my days, in my real working days, I was the Excel queen.
Yeah, Excel's not as big for me. I don't think I ever go on Excel.
I do every day.
Yeah. And there are things that I use every day that you've never even heard of.
Oh, absolutely. So that's why we're a good pair.
You know what? That's true.
Because the things that you don't like to do the budget, you don't like to do the accounting, you don't like to do any of the logistics. And whenever I try to show you, you're like, okay, Mom, that's great, bye.
It seems really boring. Okay, let's play a song. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Steven, for your recent super chats, song picks. And so we're going to start. I'm going to search for this song from Adam. I'm going to try not to type in people's name into YouTube. I was right about to type in Adam. I did this last time. Okay. Let's do. Okay, so the audio version is Vivo, so we're taking a risk. Or there's a live version from 1976. The song is More, More, More. Andrea or Andrea, True Connection. Does anybody have a preference? I don't know if Adam is live with us currently, but if he is, then he should pick.
Oh, and we also have some that suggested or recommended some songs last week.
That's what I'm doing.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm doing.
Oh, she's on top of it.
I'm starting with Adam's, and then Eric also submitted his last week.
See, I'm not the only one that thought Take On Me, Aha was a one-hit wonder.
So I was reading some comments about that, and I guess it's because they're from Norway. Is that the correct country? They're from Norway, and they were big there.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
And they had a handful of songs in the U.S.
Okay, that makes perfect sense. Thank you.
Okay, let's see. So this must be Adam that just responded right here. All right, we're going to risk it with the Vivo version. Vivo. And we'll just play that.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
But if you want
just know you must have some memory of this song.
How did you read my mind?
Yeah?
Oh yes, of course.
It sounds disco.
It is disco. And this song used to play at the clubs. It was just a really good song. You could either just do your normal dance or do the disco fox. So that was a lot of fun. Definitely brought back some memories.
It made me, I've heard of this song, but just small snippets of the song, like the more. I feel like I've heard that in commercials. It must be TV shows, something like that. And then there's a little instrument section where I've definitely heard it in a commercial or something like that before. And then it just makes me think of more cowbell.
Are you serious?
Yeah. More cowbell. Because it had that, like, cowbell. Distinctive cowbell sound. Christopher Walken.
You're so
More cowbell.
You're so funny. I would not put those two together, but who's got memories of that song going to clubs? Are you familiar with the Disco Fox? That was fun.
I liked that one. I can't believe that was a one-hit wonder.
Yeah, that was a good song. It played at the clubs quite a bit.
Yeah, I wonder what makes you a one-hit wonder.
I don't know. That's a good question. Does anybody know?
I saw somebody in there in the comments suggested Rick Astley, but I know at least 5 Rick Astley songs, so I don't think he's a one-hit wonder. I do think that his one song is very popular.
What's that song?
I forgot what it's called. If I go in here, because now I'm thinking about more. But the Rickroll song. You got Rickrolled.
I'm not.
You have no idea what I'm talking about?
No, what does that mean?
To get Rickrolled, I feel so bad because I think Rick Astley has a really incredible voice, and I like his songs. He has that really deep, amazing voice. But his one song, gosh, what is it? Yeah, see, he has multiple hits. That's what I thought too. But anyways, Never Gonna Give You Up. Yeah, the Rickroll song.
Oh, that's a good one.
So it's called the Rickroll song. So I don't really know what started it or what, but basically you tell your friend, oh, I gotta show you this video, or I want you to listen to this song. And then you play that song by Rick Astley, and it plays, never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down.
Okay,
and then it's called You Just Got Rickrolled.
Is he the one that has a baby face with a deep voice?
Yeah, and red hair.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
I like him.
Yeah.
I like his songs.
Yeah, he's from my generation. So I'm going to say hi to Eric and Steven and Rainer.
Let's see.
And Patrick.
Apparently an artist has to only have had one top 40 hit. Okay.
And am I pronouncing this right? Unca
Buzz.
Unca Buzz.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So Unca's not a name.
I mean, it could be.
Okay. Hello, Ken. Let's see.
Okay.
Chet and Michael and Russell and Brad and Robert and FG and Adam and Coffee 86. I think I saw Jeff in here. Matthew.
And Eric, I'm looking up your song. I think I found it. 14 million views. So
and Stephen.
I will play
Robert,
that next.
I hope I'm not missing anyone. I might repeat. Brad, Russell, Adam, Eric. I think I said Eric. I think I got everybody.
Can you go through the whole thing?
I think Amelia. Hello, Amelia. Everyone say hello to Amelia.
You have a hair.
I know. I
don't think that's Amelia though.
Okay. What do you think it is?
Amia?
Amia? Okay.
Did you say Vince and Dewey?
Oh, Vince and Dewey.
And Lucas?
Lucas.
Since we're here. Since you're trying to say hi to everybody.
And, this is Jeff. Hi, Jeff.
Baby's middle name is going to be Real American 58. That was really funny from last time.
Hi, Tina. Oh, yeah, that was super funny. I think that was from Monica.
Yeah, that was really funny. Okay. All right, so we are going to play the main theme song called Vangelis, something like that, from Chariots of Fire.
That is from the movie.
Yeah?
That was so long ago.
1981.
Didn't I say that? Long time ago.
I feel like 1981 was only 20 years ago. That's how it seems, right? 1981 was only 20 years ago, but in reality, it was 40 years ago.
40 plus years ago. Can you believe it?
I'm getting so old.
I wish I was old as you. Okay.
All right, here we go. This song.
That's a beautiful song. Okay, can I make a confession?
Yeah.
When this song came out, it seems like 100 years ago.
The movie or the song?
Both. both, because this song was the song for the movie.
Right.
I'm not even sure if I even saw this movie. I think I did, but I think I didn't. I don't. It was so long ago. But just looking at this clip, it looks like a wonderful movie. But in my head, the back of my head, I always thought that it was boring because I remember a couple of friends of mine watched it and they said it was boring. But just looking at this clip and that music, I think I want to watch this movie. It looks beautiful.
You got to make your own assumptions about things. That's what I've learned.
Yeah.
You can't take everybody else's word for it because everybody's interpretation of something boring, beautiful, terrible, whatever is completely different, right?
Well, the movies that I watched that comes to my memory was Superman, Rambo. What's the other one with Sylvester Stallone? Rocky. Those type of movies. And the reason why I say we is because that's when I was married, and we used to go to all those big blockbuster movies, and he loved all those movies, and we would go on opening night every single time, whether it was Rambo or Superman or whatever movie it was, big movie. We would go first night. He had to go the first night. We were that kind of, well, I wasn't that kind of people. My husband, my ex-husband was, and what he'd do, there'd be a crowd of people, and he'd have tickets, and then he would sneak his way through the crowd, go to the front of the line, and tell him, just wait for me. Just when you get in, just look for me. And he'd get in, and he was a big man, so nobody messed with him, and he'd just get to the front of the line, get a seat for us, and I'd go in like an hour later.
Because he would be waiting patiently
he would be
with
waiting.
the rest of the line, and he just pushed his way through. Nobody messed with him with that accent. Sounds like KGB.
He was a very intimidating person. Nobody messed with him. They probably didn't even notice him because he was just like so cool, just like a little ninja going through the crowd. And then I'd get in there and he'd be like,
so what is your point with Chariots of Fire? How is this circling back to Chariots of Fire?
Those were the kind of movies I watched.
Not Chariots of Fire. That seems like a different type of...
he would not watch a movie like that. He liked the...
Well, that song is... I didn't know it was from that movie. I think everybody's heard that song because it's played during, some epic kind of scene where somebody's going to win something or, a competition, underdog kind of scenario. That's a very... common song for those kinds of scenes.
My whole point is I want to watch this movie after hearing the music and the footage.
Because your ex-husband would always make you go see Rambo and Rocky and all the masculine movies.
Yes, and
superhero movies.
And what's the one with like Star Wars and what's the other one? That type of movie. Star Trek, those type of movies, which I like those movies too. I liked Rambo. I liked those type of movies
Arnold
too.
movies, I'm sure.
I did like those movies.
No, I mean, like, did he take you to Arnold movies?
Of course.
Because Arnold had all kinds of movies.
All those macho type of movies we would go and see. But I enjoyed them. But we always had to go and see what he wanted to watch. But if I wanted to see a chick flick, I'd go with my girlfriends.
What is that? My husband and I just recently watched, because my husband and I are watching old-timey movies, which are all the ones that you're just naming right now. But it's with Arnold and he goes to Mars. That movie was bizarre. That was bizarre.
I don't think I saw that movie.
It's like an iconic movie, and I can't think of the name. Somebody will... Total Recall! Yes, that's what it was. We just watched that a couple weekends ago. It was good. It was entertaining for sure, but it was bizarre.
Was Sharon Stone in that movie?
I don't remember who the women... Yes.
I did watch that movie. I don't really remember much.
How bizarre! How bizarre! Yeah, that was a very strange movie. I mean, it was very entertaining, but Arnold. Anyways, so
what was the series of movies that he was in back in?
Where he played like a robot?
No, not a robot.
From the future?
No. Conan, the Barbarian. Conan.
Oh, that was his early days.
Early. Yes, we probably watched those movies too.
Yeah. I've never seen any of the Conan movies.
I have to admit, I did like them.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I like those movies.
I
probably wouldn't watch them now.
I've watched all the Rocky movies, but I don't know if what's the other one you said? Was Sylvester Stallone?
Rambo.
I don't think I've seen any Rambo movies. Maybe the first one, but maybe that's the next one. We just started watching all the Indiana Jones movies.
Oh, that's right, Indiana Jones. That's another one we used to watch.
Yeah, so we do them. We go in sets. So if we're gonna start Indiana Jones, we just kill them all. If we do, what is the other? I have really, really, really bad pregnancy brain. So basically, there's no blood flowing to my brain, which is really weird for me to be so forgetful. But the other, the Terminator. I did.
Oh, of course.
We watched all the Terminator movies. Yeah. Yeah. We watched a lot of old 007 movies, but not all of them because there's like 100 of them. That would take forever.
Yeah, I think I've watched every single one of the Terminator movies.
We watched
Same thing.
Yeah, we watched all the Rocky movies way back when, years ago. We watched all the Rocky movies.
Did you like them?
Yeah, I did. I liked either the second or third one more than the first one, though. I don't remember which one it was. I just remember thinking, oh, I like this one better.
Yeah, I liked all those movies. Matthew said Total Recall.
Yeah, Total Recall. That was a movie, that's for sure. Yeah, and then I think I've only ever seen the first Superman. Probably Rocky 3. You're probably right. I know it was the second or third one.
Superman. I think that came out when I was the original with my memory. Christopher Reeve.
Yeah.
The very first one. Whoa, I just was thinking that movie was that was before I was married. And that was a really good movie at that time. Mm-hmm. I was blown away with that movie. Maybe I wouldn't be today, but back then I remember I was.
I think it came on in a hotel one time, and I watched it.
Oh.
I think that's where I saw it.
Okay.
It was in a hotel. It was playing. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Steven enjoys watching black and white films. What are some good ones? Oh, I just recently watched an Audrey Hepburn movie. What is the one where the guy is trying to teach her how to not speak in a Cockney accent anymore? My Fair Lady.
Oh, yeah. My Fair Lady.
Yeah. I just recently saw that one.
I remember the first time I watched it. I thought it was a good movie. What did you think? I'm putting you on the spot?
Yeah. I don't know. It was a movie. I thought she looked beautiful. At the end. I don't know. I guess because I'm a younger person and I'm used to, I don't know, certain types of movies, and then you see an older movie and it's just hard to kind of put yourself back in those times to understand life back then. It's just a very different life for women.
You mean equality wise?
Not even that. Just I don't know. Just it was an interesting movie. I saw it, so I crossed off my bucket list. I saw My Fair Lady.
Now I'm gonna have to watch that one again. Just out of curiosity.
I guess what it was is that I guess kind of in the end they end up together, but during the entire movie he was so mean to her that it just baffled me that she was in love with him or interested in him at the end of the movie. I just found that very, just like, that came out of left field.
Okay.
But I have to, also, times were different back then. Acting was different. Acting was very, like...
Dramatic.
Oh,
Melodramatic.
you know, and I don't know, and the way people acted was different just in real life, I'm sure. So, you know.
I understand.
Anywho, somebody asked us, do you remember Christopher Reeves and Jane Seymour in Somewhere in Time?
I remember thinking that was a beautiful movie, but I don't really remember it that well. Oh,
I have to laugh at Chet's comment. He says, now she's a younger person. 10 minutes ago, she was getting so old. It's all in perspective of what I'm talking about. When I think about 1980 being 40 years ago, it makes me think that, you know, I'm going to be pushing 40 at some point in the near future. And then...
you have a ways to go.
No, I don't. And then, but then when I watch My Fair Lady, I don't even know when that... What decade did that come out in?
50s?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
That's at least 30 years older than me. So, compared to that, I am young.
Okay, somebody mentioned, let's see, Russell. I don't know, needs to watch reaction from... I'm going to tell you a quick little story about this Three Stooges. Okay, when I was married...
And then we're going to do Patrick's song.
Which I feel like it was 1,000 years ago, when VCRs... Do you remember VCRs?
Even I remember VCRs.
VCRs, when they first came out, everyone that I knew did not buy VCRs. They rented VCRs.
You could rent VCRs?
Yeah, you can rent VCRs.
The whole, equipment?
People rented them.
Because you didn't buy them.
Well, later on you did buy them, but maybe, I don't know if they were too expensive. But anyways, the whole point was... I had friends who rented them for the weekend as a treat, and my ex-husband, no, actually, I think he bought it. He bought the VCR, and so he comes home with this VCR, and he said he was going to get some tapes for the VCR. So I thought, great. And so he came home with the VCR. He was so excited, and I said, what tapes did you get? Three Stooges. Oh, okay, all right. What else did you get? Three Stooges. Okay, but what else did you get besides Three Stooges? Three Stooges. He rented about 7 Three Stooges movies, nothing else. I hated them.
He made you watch Three Stooges on your rented VCR player. He made you go to Terminator in Rambo movies. You couldn't even see Chariots of Fire in theater. What is this?
I was so mad. Three Stooges? Really? You can't... You couldn't have picked something that we both would like? Okay, get your Three Stooges. But get some other... No, Three Stooges.
All of them.
All of them were Three Stooges. So that's my memory of VCRs. My first VCR. 21 Stooges. And oh, Rainer, you have 21 Three Stooges movies?
Or does that mean that they made that many movies?
Seems like they would have made hundreds of them.
And then Eric asked, did you have to go fishing the next day?
He probably did. I've only gone fishing with him a few times, and it wasn't fun. Just going to the movies to watch Rambo, that was fun.
Yeah. I took my son fishing for the first time.
He did great.
Yeah.
He loved it, and he held the fish. He didn't think it was ooey or yucky or anything. He was just so proud of his fish.
Yeah, we had some trout that night. It was awesome. He caught us our dinner, so that was fun. But I think
Laurel and Hardy.
my husband's a little bit different with fishing than yours was.
Well, yes, I would have preferred that type of fishing, especially with my grandson.
Just in a pond. Or was it a pond? Like a lake. It was a lake. Okay, I'm going to find Tarzan Boy. I don't know if I'm familiar with this. Let's find it. It looks silly, so... Alright, this is Patrick's request.
All right, Patrick.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Alright.
Thank you, Debbie Lewis. Donation $25. I'm Not Lisa by Jesse Coulter, Merle Haggard's wife. Great request, Keith.
Sorry, wanted to pause it.
It's a tad bit loud on my thingies.
Okay, I'll turn this one down. Okay, we're starting it over. Is that better?
sunny afternoon. Night to night. Give me the other taste tonight. Oh yeah. Night to night. Give me the other night to night. You won't play, yeah, night to night. Give me the other taste tonight. Oh yeah. Night to night, night to night.
That song was so catchy.
I've never heard that song before, but it does have a good beat to it.
You've never heard that song before?
No.
I've heard the oh, I've heard that part before. That was so catchy and cute. That definitely has to be 80s, right?
Probably.
That's giving me
Most
80s
likely.
vibes. Thank you, Patrick. That one was fun. And I saw one from Deborah. Yep.
Hi, Deborah. How are you doing? So that, let's see, you were born in 90.
Nah.
Oh, you don't want to give out your age? You're very far from being 40. What have we got on the list? Okay. Hello. Hi, everyone. Oh, Funky Town. That's a good one.
Tarzan song was used in a mouthwash commercial. Was it really?
That's interesting. Maybe that's where you heard it from.
I know I've heard it somewhere. I just couldn't tell you where. All right, so let me look up Deborah's song request.
How are you doing, Deborah? Let's see. What is your song? I'm Not Lisa.
Yeah. All right. We'll just roll right into the next one. Get the screen turned on for you. You got your...
Yep.
I'm not Lisa. My name is Julie. Lisa left you years ago. My eyes are not blue, but mine won't leave you till the sunlight shines through your face. She was your morning light. Her smile told of no night. Your love for her grew with each rising sun. And then one winter day, his hand took hers away. She left you here, drowning in your tears. Here, where you've been for years, crying, Lisa. Lisa, I'm not Lisa. My name is Julie. Lisa left you years ago. won't leave you till the sunlight has touched your face. I'm not Lisa.
That is a sad song.
That was very sad, and you can hear it in her voice as she's singing.
It gave me chills.
It did. That was kind of a sad one.
Yes.
I have never heard of that singer before either.
Neither have I, but that was a beautiful yet very sad song. Imagine being in a relationship like that, and
Being Judy.
yeah,
Oh,
that was a good song.
thanks, Deborah, for that. And
Yeah.
okay, we'll be. I thought I do have to give a shout out to this comment when I said we're just gonna roll right into the next song. I think it was Rainer said we're rickrolling into the
What
next
did
song.
Rainer have to say? What did he say?
He said we're rickrolling into the next song.
Rick rolling. What does that mean?
We just talked about that at the beginning of the live stream.
Well, okay, refresh my memory. Rick rolling.
Getting rickrolled. Rick Astley's song. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around and desert you.
I'm a little slow.
We were literally just talking about that.
All right.
Just people will be like, oh, look at this video or whatever. And then they'll play that song. And it's called Getting Rickrolled. I don't know why, because I thought the song was good. So I don't know why that was the song that was like a joke, because I always loved that song.
I always liked it. I always thought it had a good beat, and I always thought he had a good voice.
Yeah, I saw a documentary that he was in when he was talking about that music video, and all of the clothes he wore in that music video was his own clothes. That was
New?
his first song that was getting recorded or something. There was no budget. There was no wardrobe. There was no nothing. His hair, his outfits were all from his own closet. He did his own hair. And yeah, I thought that was kind of fascinating.
And that's called Rick Rolled?
The song, if somebody, it's like, I don't know if anybody remembers this. I remember this. Those like ice alcohol drinks. It's kind of the same concept. They're called something ice, and it's called getting iced or something. But like if you open up a fridge or you open up a cabinet and there's one of those, somebody has to put one of those bottles, you have to chug it. And it's called getting like iced or something. It's kind of the same concept, except it's with a song. You get rickrolled.
You'll have to...
I got it, Rainer. I understood what you were trying to say. I thought it was hilarious. One of us appreciates it.
It's not that I don't appreciate it. I don't understand it. Like flew over my head. I don't get it. Yeah, just explain it to me later.
I did explain it.
What's it got to do with some ice that you put in their refrigerator?
No, it's like the same concept as getting iced.
Okay. Next, let's move on.
Oh my gosh. Okay. And then I have to get back to the screen I was on. I don't even know what I had something open on this phone. Okay. Okay, next. Sorry. Okay, somebody else. Okay, Scott.
Sorry, Rainer. I just don't get it.
Wait, we were just talking about it.
Okay, I'm a little slow. Maybe I've got a lot on my mind. I don't know. Dead skunk. I think dead skunk in the middle of the road. That sounds like a funny song. Was a one-hit wonder.
And I saw somebody say Lobo in here.
That sounds
Lobo
familiar.
wasn't a one-hit wonder,
That
though.
sounds familiar to me.
Lobo is one of my favorites. Smirnoff Ice, that's what it was. Somebody gets it right. Can't be the only one who knows what getting iced means. But nobody is supporting me in the comments right now.
Okay, then maybe I don't feel so bad.
But the Rickroll one, that one's funny. Yeah, that one. That one we were talking about it. But
Am I the only one that didn't get it? Okay, we don't have to talk about it anymore.
okay,
You just explain it to me later.
okay, well,
Born to Be Alive. Oh, that's a fun song.
okay. We are doing Michael's song request. Let's see. Let me try to find it.
Thank you, Michael.
Okay. Let's see. What do we got here? Oh, from 1982. All right, we'll pick that one. Okay, Chris, I'm just writing down yours.
Hi, Chris.
And then we'll play Moving Pictures. What About Me? You ready? You got your
Yes.
headphones in?
I sure do.
All right.
Well, there's a little boy waiting at the counter of a corner shop. He's been waiting down there, waiting half a day. They never ever see him from the top. He gets pushed around, knocked to the ground. He gets to his feet and he says, "What about me? It isn't fair. I've had enough now. I want my share. Can't you see? I want to live, but you just take more than you give." Well, there's a pretty girl serving at the counter of a corner shop. She's been waiting back there, waiting for a dream. Her dreams walk in and out, they never stop. Well, she's not too proud to cry out loud. She runs to the street and she screams, "What about me? It isn't fair. I've had enough now. I want my share. Can't you see? I want to live. You just take more than you give. More than you Take a step back and see the little people. There might be ugly bad words that make the big people feel. So listen as they whisper, "What about me?" Now I'm standing on the corner, all the world's gone home. Nobody's changed, nobody's been saved, and I'm feeling cold and alone. I guess I'm lucky, I'm alive, but sometimes I wish for more than I've got. What about me? It isn't fair. I've had enough now. I want my share. Can't you see? I want to live, but you just take my
good song.
It was a good song. I've never heard of this song.
I've never heard this
but
song
it was
before.
a good song, and I love the saxophone.
Of course, and I like the drums.
Yeah, that was a good one.
And he had a really good voice too.
And I think Deborah, You Light Up My Life by Debbie Boone, that was a good song.
Is that a one-hit wonder?
I suppose it was. I really didn't hear much from her after that song, which kind of surprised me because that song was pretty popular.
Okay, let me write it down.
It's a beautiful song. What happened?
I don't know. Okay, Debbie. All right.
That was a while ago.
Was that something that we just listened to from a movie or anything?
I think it was in a movie,
Okay.
but I can't remember what movie it was in. I don't remember. Deborah, do you know? Do you know if that song was part of a movie? It seems like it may have been.
Well, that was Michael's song suggestion. I'm talking about the one we just listened to.
Oh, about the one we just listened to.
Yeah.
Okay. That was a good song.
Let's see. What's her next one? Oh, Michael said this was an Aussie one-hit wonder in the 80s. Although you probably won't know it. I hope you like it. You're right, we didn't know it. But I did like it.
Yeah, it was a good song. I love the saxophone.
What is everybody talking about? I'm not keeping up.
I'm trying to keep up.
Okay, so...
Somebody mentioned Donna Summer, but she had a lot of hits.
Yeah, Donna Summer.
I loved her.
Yeah, she had a lot of good songs. I know you know. Because
She was
you-
my girl.
Yeah.
I remember Last Dance always played the last song.
Yeah, we reacted to that too. All right, so I'll find this song by Steven. Okay, hold on.
Okay. Is today Thursday?
Tis.
Thursday. Okay. What's everyone doing over the weekend? Any plans? I'm house cleaning.
That's fun.
Not really. Getting all my documents organized. Scanning tons, or not scanning, shredding tons and years worth of papers that I don't need anymore. Fun stuff. Patrick Swayze. Wow. He did sing for a while.
Wasn't his mom a dancer too?
Yes, his mom was a
And
dancer.
so he danced.
I think she owned a dance studio, but he did just about everything. He played football, he danced, he was an actor. He was pretty amazing.
All right, we're going with Steven's song request, Christine and the Queens, Tilted.
All right.
I'll fight sleep with ammonia. And every morning we fight so red. I miss them for the tears they shed. But I'm actually good, can't help it if we're tilted. I am actually good, can't help it if we. I am actually good, can't help it if we're tilted. I am actually good, can't help it if we're tilted. I miss brothels and mended souls. Trample over beauty while singing their thoughts. I match them with my euphoria. When they said je suis plus folle que toi. But I'm actually good, can't help it if we're tilted. I am actually good, can't help it if we. I am actually good, can't help it if we're tilted. I am actually good, can't help it if we're tilted.
Noël à Manon est de sortie. Pire qu'une simple moitié, on compte à demi-demi. Pile sur un des bas-côtés comme des origamis. Le bras tendu pareil cassé, tout n'est qu'épié et plié. Ces enfants bizarres, crachés dehors comme par hasard, cachant l'effort dans le griffoir. Et une creepy song en étendard qui fait
I'm doing my face with a magic marker. I'm in my right place. Don't be a downer. I'm doing my face with a magic marker. I'm in my right place. Don't be a downer. I am actually good. Can't help it if we're tilted. I am actually good. Can't help it if we. I am actually good. Can't help it if we're tilted. I'm good. Actually good. Can't help it if we're tilted. I am actually good. Can't help it if we. I am actually I'm good. Actually good. I am actually good. Can't help it if we're tilted.
I like that song.
That was interesting.
I've never heard of it before, but I liked it.
It had a nice, just easy sound to it.
Easy
And I liked the
sound,
music
yeah.
video too. I
Yeah.
liked their dancing. And I liked that angle where it's almost obviously like maybe through glass or a plastic pane or something, and you can see them from
Yeah.
the bottom. I think that was a cool camera angle.
Yeah, I like that. And I like the dancing. You know, it seems like it would be a good dance to get all your muscles and stretch out everything. I
You should play that one and just try to follow along so you can do some stretches.
I wouldn't be nearly as good as them, but at least I could get my. I will
Use it as inspiration.
Yeah,
Steven.
yeah, that was a cool song. Thank you, Steven. I'm gonna listen to that. I'm gonna do that and try to follow along
Yeah. As best you can.
as best I can. Body's a little old.
And now I'll find Rick rolling right into the next song. I'm going to find Chris's song request.
So, Eric, you're just doing this and that. I understand. And Adam's not doing much of nothing. I'm jealous. And FG, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Working. Russell's working. I get that. Fly at night to Chilliwack. Oh, that's not. All right.
What am I doing this weekend?
What are you doing this weekend?
I don't know.
I think
Fiona's from Melbourne, Australia. Hello.
Hello.
That's where my husband is from.
That's right. And I think Steven is laying artificial grass.
Oh, nice.
I've been wanting to do that for months. I bought those little squares that you lock together to make a little pathway. I haven't done it for months. I've had it in my patio. I thought that would be easy for a little pathway.
Maybe I'll pull some weeds this weekend.
Again?
Oh, yeah. Because our house, our yard is right by a field. So the field always blows. Yeah, I see you drinking water. That's a good idea. The field always blows, I don't know, seeds, I guess. Weed seeds. It's hard to keep up with.
I bet.
And then it rains all the time here. So, you know, they get waterings all the time. It's very hard to keep up.
Well,
Especially when you're 7 months pregnant.
The deers love your backyard.
Oh yeah, the deer, the animal. I kind of like it because there's some weeds that kind of look like tall grass, and I think it's kind of pretty. But it's when you get those big spiky weeds, and when you're walking through your own yard, you know, they get you, and it kind of hurts. They're not so pretty, but because we have all the weeds back there, the animals love it.
They do. They do.
So we have a lot of critters come into it. We have rabbits and deer and all kinds of birds, and all the neighborhood cats love to poop in our yard too. That's another thing.
Don't you love it?
Oh, I love it.
Well, I remember your husband saying that he bought a 25-pound bag of bird seed.
Oh, 30 pound.
30 pound, and then what was it? A week later, it was all gone. He kept having to put, and then
we saw a deer eating the bird seed out of the bird. We could have sworn it was a squirrel.
And it was all over the ground too. And you're wondering, wow, these birds really make a big mess.
It was the deer. I didn't know. I guess I never thought about it, that deer eat bird seeds.
I never knew that.
But yeah, they were eating up all of our bird seeds. So we don't have squirrel pests, we have deer pests. But we like the deer too, because they're so pretty.
The deer was beautiful.
I guess we didn't rickroll right into the next song. Kind of took a little chat break for that one.
That's what we do.
But we are listening to, I guess this is the original 90. I've always heard it as 99 Red Balloons, so I wonder if it's in German, or I guess we'll find out.
Yes. I'm not familiar with this one.
You're not? 99 Red Balloons?
No. Maybe if I hear it, I'll remember it, but no.
Oh, wow. Maybe a new one for you then.
Maybe
That
so.
I've heard?
Yes.
Wow, that doesn't happen very often.
Isn't that amazing?
Okay.
If I do this, it means that, okay, I heard it.
Okay.
Hast du etwas Zeit für mich? Singe ich ein Lied für dich von 99 Luftballons auf ihrem Weg zum Horizont. Denkst du vielleicht grad an mich? Dann singe ich ein Lied für dich von 99 Luftballons und dass sowas von sowas kommt.
I don't know yet.
nichts für Sieger. Kriegsminister gibt's nicht mehr und auch keine Düsenflieger. Heute zieh ich meine Runden, seh die Welt in Trümmern liegen, hab 'n Luftballon gefunden, denk an dich und lass ihn fliegen.
Well,
Have you ever heard of it before?
It
Maybe you've heard
took
the
me-
English one before.
It took me a while, maybe because it was in German. Maybe if I heard the English version, maybe I would have caught on a little bit quicker.
Yeah, but the whole sound of the song is the same. Like, dun, 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 dun. That
It's-
whole thing is the same. I feel like the lyrics are different between the two because I'm reading the lyrics here and I don't. It could be the same lyrics just in English, but I think the lyrics might be different. It's an anti-war song.
I don't know. I would have to listen to it in English.
One of those songs that we talk about sometimes on the channel that it's a deeper song to a more upbeat, the deeper lyrics to the more
Right.
upbeat sound. That's one of these songs.
Okay, I can get that. I mean, I didn't understand it because it was in German, but okay, I get it.
I don't know if it was an anti-American song though, but
I have no idea.
I know it was an anti-war song. That's all how I've always interpreted it, especially the English-speaking one. I've never heard that one in its entirety before, but I saw a comment. It's hard to make German sound pretty, but she sounded very pretty in the song.
Mm-hmm.
And then who sang the English one? Is it the same woman or was it somebody else?
I have
Because
no
that's the one that plays
idea.
on the radio that I'm familiar with is the English speaking one. Oh, it was still her too. Yeah, that's the one that I'm familiar with.
Okay, and Scott says it was very anti-American.
Well, we'll agree to disagree. I know it's anti-war, and I'm anti-war too. So.
I'm anti-war. I mean, especially this day and age, we should be a little more sophisticated with our technology. I just don't get it.
It's a conversation starter song, that's for sure.
It sure is.
And Rainer, you're German. I believe Rainer is German, right? So, yeah. So,
Is Rainer a German song? I mean, is Rainer a German name? Duh.
I think so. I've never known anybody named Rainer before.
Me neither. It's a cool name.
Yeah. So, I like that song. It comes on the radio once in a while, and I think that's where I've heard it before. So, we are doing Deborah's song, Debbie Boone? I wrote it weird. I can't even read my own handwriting. Debbie Boone?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Pat Boone's daughter. Do you know who Pat Boone is?
No.
He was a singer back in the 50s, I think. But this is a very beautiful song, and I believe it was a song in a movie.
Okay. I wonder if I'll recognize it.
You might.
Let's see. I'll play this one. Is it Vivo or Vevo?
You're asking me? Ask.
I think it might be Vivo. Okay. Anyways.
Okay, so from what I remember, okay, these memories are coming back. Okay, there was a movie and a woman who had dark hair. She was really cute and innocent looking, and she sang this song, but she didn't actually sing it. It was Debbie Boone that sang the song. I vaguely remember that movie. It was so long ago. I'm losing my voice. It was so long ago.
Okay.
Let me know. Refresh my memory.
Is it Devo? Have I been pronouncing it wrong the whole time? Oh man. Well, there you go.
Yes, it was from a movie, You Light Up My Life.
Okay. Oh gosh, our list of movies that we have to watch is just growing and growing and growing. Oh, and Eric, I noticed the last couple of songs that you picked were all from movies. So, do you watch a lot of old movies? I kind of noticed that. Because one was Portrait of Something. That was a movie. Yeah, with Christopher Reeves, I thought. Since we were talking about Christopher Reeves, actually. That was one of the song choices.
Yes. That was if you try to ask me questions about a song or a movie from 40 years ago, good luck.
Yes, we should do a movie theme.
That's a great idea.
I think actually that's where I remember that song from. Okay. You Light Up My Life.
It's a pretty song.
So many nights I'd sit by my window, waiting for someone to sing me his song. So many dreams I kept deep inside me, alone in the dark, but now you've come along, and you light up my life. You give me hope to carry on. You light up my days and fill.
We're going with this one now. That was a bad version of it.
So many nights I'd sit by my window, waiting for someone to sing me his song. So many dreams I kept deep inside me, alone in the dark, but now you've come along, and you light up my life. You give me hope to carry on. You light up my days and fill my nights.
always love that song. It's a beautiful song, and I'm with Keith. I always interpret it as a love song. That's what I always thought. It's a love song.
Yeah, I could definitely see that as a wedding song.
And that's what Eric said somewhere here.
Oh, that he played piano?
Yes.
Her dad was a great actor, too. I'm talking about Pat Boone.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he was. Wow. Many, many years ago.
I don't think I've ever heard of him.
Pat Boone?
Yeah.
Well,
I haven't heard of Debbie Boone either. I've heard the song.
Well, that was probably in the 70s when that song came out.
Yeah.
I think so, right? About in the 70s? In that movie?
Pat Boone had his own TV show in the 60s.
I don't think I've ever watched his TV show. I probably have heard of it, but didn't watch a lot of TV back then. You know, a few things here and there.
Oh, 1976, I think.
I think I was still. No, I'm wrong about that. I was thinking I lived in Korea in the 60s, part of the 60s. I think mid-60s we moved back to the U.S. There wasn't a lot of TV when we lived in Korea. There was 2 channels. There were probably some Korean channels, but there were 2. They were both military. They came on at 5 o'clock with the news, and a man, the anchor, was in a military uniform, and that was pretty much TV. 5 o'clock? No, I think it came on at 3 o'clock, and they may have had some cartoons. And then at 5 o'clock it was news. 11 o'clock was the news again. And then in between they had some American shows, like Andy Griffith, the Andy Griffith Show, that kind of thing. I think, what's that Western? Gosh, I can't remember. In the 50s. What was that Western? There was a lot of Westerns. The one that Clint Eastwood was in. It'll come to me eventually. Maybe someone can refresh my memory. What were some of the Westerns in the 60s? Do you know?
You're going to ask me, do you remember? No, I don't remember.
Gunsmoke.
I was too young in the 60s to remember.
Let's see, there was Gunsmoke. There was the one with Clint Eastwood. And then the one with the father and the 3 sons.
Good, Bad, and the Ugly.
Oh, those were the Westerns that Clint Eastwood.
Once Upon a Time in the West. Me in Panama. Rawhide.
Remember the theme song in the beginning? That.
No? Sing it.
Oh, no. The Wild Wild West. Oh yeah, the Wild Wild West. I remember that one.
Bonanza?
Bonanza, yes, that's the one with the father and the 3 sons. So some of those came on when we lived in Korea, and then on the weekends, cartoons would come on in the morning, because typically it just started at 3 in the afternoon, but on the weekends, I think TV started about 9. But if you turned on the TV, there would be that circle thing, what is that called? The black and white circle thing? Or it would just be this screen. Shh. I don't know what it's called. Come on, I was a little girl. Rawhide, Bonanza, Rifleman, Gunsmoke. Thank you, Kim.
Test Patterns and White Noise.
Yes, the white noise. Thank you.
I only know white noise from white noise machines because people fall asleep to white noise sound. I've never seen it on a TV.
It's black and white, and it's got.
I've only seen it in horror films.
Oh, so you do know what it looks like.
I know what it looks like. I've never seen it on an actual TV, but I've seen it in a movie, horror movies. It's always in a horror movie. Why is white noise such a scary thing? It's always in horror. It was in Poltergeist. It was in The Ring. It was in, it's always in a scary movie.
The Ring. I would never watch that movie.
Yeah, Poltergeist had a lot of the white noise.
I do think I watched that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Were you scared?
Probably. I don't like scary movies.
It's just so funny because Poltergeist wasn't scary to me. And The Exorcist wasn't scary.
I watched The Exorcist when I was 14 years old with a bunch of girlfriends. And me and this other girl, she was laughing, so I thought, okay, I gotta be cool, so I'm just gonna laugh. And the other girls were just scared and crying and covering their faces. And I thought, oh no, I gotta look cool. I gotta pretend like this isn't fazing me. It did faze me because for about 2 weeks, I made my brother sleep in my room. I was scared to death. I said, you gotta sleep in my room. He said, I don't want to sleep in your room. He had his own room. No, you have to, I'm scared. He's 14 years old. I will never watch that movie. Even though it was 100 years ago, I will never watch that movie. The head spinning.
You know what's a really scary movie?
What?
As Above, So Below. That movie terrified me. Terrified me. And I love horror. So, if anybody likes horror movies and they really want to get messed up, As Above, So Below and Devil's Pass, I will never watch those movies ever again.
Well, Deborah's with me because she saw it when she was 12 years old.
Okay. Well,
Your mom took you. Whoa. Oh my gosh.
okay. We're listening to a song I don't think I'm familiar with. Is it Henry Gross? And the song is Shannon. This is from Scott.
Thank you, Scott. I don't know this song.
I don't know. We'll find out when we start listening to it.
Another day's at end. Mama says she's tired again. No one can even begin to tell her. I hardly know what to say, but maybe it's better that way. If Papa were here, I'm sure he'd tell her. Mama tries hard to pretend things will get better again. Somehow she's keeping it all inside her. But finally the tears fill our eyes, and I know that somewhere tonight she knows how much we really miss her. Shannon is gone, I hope she's drifting out to sea.
beautiful song.
He has a beautiful upper register.
Yes, that was beautiful. I do remember that song.
Do you?
Yes. Okay, now I'm going to talk about The Exorcist again because a lot of people are saying that they were scared of that movie. And you've seen the movie and you laugh at me that you were scared of that.
I don't laugh at you.
Yes, you do.
It's
You make
just
fun
the
of me.
times were different.
The times
you know?
were different. So in comparison, my dad, he told me that when King Kong, the original black and white, when that movie came out, he said everybody was scared of that movie. Everyone was horrified with King Kong. That was the scariest movie that was ever made. And at the time I was thinking, of course I couldn't say anything to my dad, but at the time I was thinking, that movie wasn't scary. But it is, you know, it just kind of depends on what generation you're from. Did your parents ever say King Kong was a scary movie and everybody in the theater was scared to death? I remember my dad told me that.
All right. And then you probably watched it and thought, what's so scary about that?
But if I watch Exorcist today, I'd probably still be scared.
Maybe from the memories associated with it.
Maybe, because I tried so hard to be cool and not be scared, but I was just fooling myself.
It's just because I'm used to movies with lots of CGI and technology and things that actually look real, you know? When you grow up with movies that are already more advanced and then you go back and you watch something like The Exorcist, it just doesn't look real.
I will never even watch that movie.
You know, her head turning around, you know, it looked very not real. So it doesn't have that same impact. But if you grew up and that was your new technology in a movie, that was your special effects, then yeah, that's scary. If you've never seen anything like that before.
Never seen anything like that before. So that was the technology of the time. And the makeup, she looked horrifying. So,
Anyways, back to that song. It's about losing your dog.
oh, I just lost my dog,
My mom just lost her dog, Todd.
Todd. I had him for 16 years. Yeah, it's been kind of sad.
Yeah. Some people were saying that there's like Beach Boys sound in that song.
It does. It does have
When
a
he was
Beach
in his
Boy.
higher register singing that song.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I like the Beach Boys. We're going to have to do them sometime.
The Birds, that was a good movie, if that's what you're talking about.
The first time I saw that, I was pretty scared. Maybe not as scared as The Exorcist, but it was pretty scary.
Oh, Kim said not King Kong, but her mom was scared of the movie The Birds.
Yeah, I was scared of the birds too.
You don't need special effects to be scary. The Haunting from 1963 proves that. I'll have to check it out. You're right. Not everything has to have like crazy special effects because some movies, some horror, like a slow burn, psychological, mind mess with kind of movie, and it doesn't have to have jump scares or anything like that. So sometimes those are the scarier ones.
Well, you know what I thought was really creepy with the birds? At the very end, when Tippy, what is her name? The actress, Tippy, anyways, the actress that was in the movie, when they were going to leave the house and he was slowly holding her, and he had a daughter and she was carrying a cage with some birds, and they were slowly, because birds were everywhere, just waiting. And that was a really creepy scene because he's holding her, trying to not cause them to get crazy, and slowly walking into the car, and they're just looking up at the birds, and you hear that chirping
Yeah, that's
sound,
the mind.
that chirping, and it almost was a chirping, echoing, like any second now, any wrong move, they're going to attack you.
Oh yeah.
That scene was creepy, and that was at the very end.
There's some episodes of, what is that TV show called? The originals were black and white. Twilight Zone.
Ooh.
There's some episodes of Twilight Zone that have affected me to the core. And not any crazy special effects or anything. It's just kind of more of the message. You know, what they're trying to say, basically, about humans and how we treat each other, and you know, that kind of stuff. That's kind of creepy. And
Yes, I remember when I was young, my brother and sister, they were allowed to stay up to watch it, and I watched it a few times, but it scared the crap out of me.
yeah, and there was a new version of Twilight Zone, not like new now, but maybe 8 years ago, 5 years ago, something like that. It just didn't hit the same, because, you know, it was more modern. It did have special effects. It didn't, but the old black and white ones, some of those Twilight Zones are really creepy.
Yeah, yeah. That's another one I wouldn't watch.
The one that really sticks out to me was it was basically like aliens. At the end, you kind of realize that they're aliens that are doing like an experiment on the one street in the U.S. Does anybody remember that episode? I forgot what it was called, but it was about this one street, this one neighborhood, and everybody turns on each other. And it was just an experiment done by the aliens up on this hill. At the end, they're just like looking down at the street as everybody's just fighting each other.
That sounds familiar.
And that was creepy.
I could see that happening.
Especially when the whole time you're wondering, what's the point of this episode? Like, how's it going to end? Like, what is going on? Why is everybody turning on each other? And then it kind of like pans out, and it's these like aliens who are kind of turning off people's lights, turning off people's water, you know, things like that, turning off the electrical, whatever, gas. They're doing it on purpose to see how people turn on each other.
Some of the
That was
writing,
creepy.
the writing was
The monsters are
brilliant.
due on Maple Street. Oh my gosh.
Is that a scary movie?
No, that's the episode that I'm talking about.
Wow, somebody remembered that? That's
Yeah, something about Maple Street. That's I remember that.
amazing.
Yeah,
Somebody's got. Is that Robert who remembered that?
Adam.
Oh, Adam. You have a much better memory than me. What's your secret?
Yeah, there was always a twist ending on Twilight Zone. There always was. That was good.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I think we have one more song before this. Jeff, your song by Lulu, "To Sir with Love." Do we want the one where it looks like she's singing, or do we want the one with the movie clips from the movie? Let me know.
That's a great song. I love that song. It gives you chills. That's a great pick.
Ooh, Fastidious is Night Gallery, an episode, and then Amanda says the one with William Shatner. He's on a plane.
Yes.
And he keeps looking out the window and sees an alien on the wing of the plane. Ooh.
Yeah, that one it was an excellent one too.
Yeah,
I watched that one many, many years ago. He's a really good actor.
William Shatner.
Did you see that episode?
I don't think I've ever seen that episode.
Oh, you have to watch that one. That was probably one of the best ones.
And then another one I remember, it's got to be different than the Maple Street one, but it's kind of about how the people in the neighborhood thought they were going to get bombed, and only one person in the entire neighborhood had a bomb shelter. And so they're all at a dinner table, and then like the bomb sirens are going off, the bomb alarm or whatever it is. And then the people at the dinner realize that they have a bomb shelter, but they only have enough supplies for their own family. That whole episode
That
was
must have been
just
something.
shenanigans, you know?
That must have been something.
I'm sure somebody will remember the shelter. Adam, coming in again. Oh my goodness.
Adam's got a great memory.
Yeah, those black and white Twilight Zones. Anyways, we're talking about horror. Yeah.
my not favorite subject of
But
movies.
I guess going back to The Exorcist really quick is that they did try to use special effects. So you don't have to have special effects to be scary, because sometimes it's just that mind that messes with your mindset. But The Exorcist did have special effects. You know, with her like floating and her head turning around, and
Really scary.
so they did try to go for the special effects thing.
I thought they did a pretty good job.
You Googled it.
I
Sorry.
couldn't sleep for weeks.
I'm sorry. Okay. Let's see. I think a few people said the movie version, but
Yes, the movie version. The movie one is really good.
Okay.
Let's
for
do
the
the
song.
movie.
For the Lulu song.
Because you really get that whole what the song means by watching the movie version.
Yeah. The Shining was also really creepy. That was like a slow burn, slow build movie.
Another one that I will never watch.
Yep. Let's see. Okay.
Those schoolgirl days of telling tales and biting nails are gone. But in my mind, I know they will still live on and on. But how do you thank someone who has taken you from crayons to perfume? It isn't easy, but I'll try. If you wanted the sky, I would ride across the sky in letters that would soar 1,000 feet high to serve with love. The time has come for closing books, and long last looks must end. And as I leave, I know that I am leaving my best friend, a friend who taught me right from wrong and weak from strong. That's a lot to learn. What can I give you in return? If you wanted the moon, I would try to make a start, but I would rather you let me give my heart to serve with love.
I love that song. Every time I hear it, especially with the movie version, it gives me chills and it makes me very emotional.
Yeah.
Almost-
Another one of these movies that I have to see.
It's a fantastic movie. Very inspirational. I just love this movie. Love the song. Every single time I get little chills and great recommendation.
I think I remember you explaining the movie to me
Yeah.
a while ago.
You can kind of tell what it's about just from the clips. He goes into this classroom full of troubled kids,
Mm-hmm.
and somehow he turns them around, and him ripping up his resignation letter
Aw.
because he was going to move on and do a different job, but he realized that his path is to help these kids. Very, very inspirational.
Nice.
It's just a beautiful movie, a beautiful song. Love it.
Oh, you know another scary movie?
Uh-oh.
Since we're talking about it. The original Alien. I think Aliens, plural, is more of a popular movie, but I like Alien because that one is very slow, and it's just
Who was in that movie?
Sigourney Weaver.
Okay, I did see that one.
But a lot of people who watch the Alien movies, they like Aliens, or maybe that's just the more popular one. But I think Alien was just more of a slow burn movie. Oh, it's so creepy because it's just got a lot of quiet scenes in it. You know, somebody just like walking through a corridor, and you know the alien is there. It's just them walking. It was. It's creepy.
Oh, I believe you. I believe you. I'll stick with my Hallmark movies.
Yes, you will. All right. Well, that was our One Hit Wonders live stream. Thank you to everybody who joined us. Yes, the dinner scene was horrifying. The whole movie was creepy because you just don't know what's going on yet. And, yeah. Oh, and we just watched it back. I just watched it again, and I realized that the actor, I forgot his name. He was in Harry Potter. Curious. Anyways, from Alien.
Huh. Okay, well.
I forgot his name, but he plays the character Ollivander in...
Ollivander. What character was that?
He has the wand shop.
Oh. Okay.
John Hurt. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
He plays Ollivander in Harry Potter.
I've
I've never seen him young before, so when I watched Alien, I was like, whoa, he looks exactly the same, just young. He looks exactly the same. His voice was exactly the same, too. It's just weird.
I haven't even watched Harry Potter in a long time. We used to be obsessed with Harry Potter.
Yeah, yeah. He was an elephant man, too. Huh. Yeah. Sorry, John Hurt didn't last very long in Alien. He got the short end of the stick in that. Well, they all did. But, you know, him mostly.
Well, I do remember watching the movie, but it seemed like that movie was so long ago. I don't even remember that John Hurt was in that movie.
Yeah. For a very short amount of time.
So he got knocked off.
He was the first one to go.
Oh, wow. And he was a big star, too.
Okay, so One Hit Wonders and horror movie share time. From The Exorcist and beyond, and The Birds and King Kong and all that fun stuff. Sometimes we just go on a tangent and we kind of talk about a certain thing for the whole live stream.
You know, I really can't talk about a lot of this stuff with a lot of people because who's going to remember Gunsmoke and Rawhide, and who's going to remember that? I mean, you don't remember those shows. You've probably heard of them, but you don't.
I've heard of them because of you.
Because
I've
of
never
me,
heard
right.
of them any other place.
Yeah, and Three Stooges and.
Well, I know Three Stooges because my best friend's dad watched Three Stooges all the time. And so when we go over to their house for dinner, they would eat dinner on the couch in the living room.
Are you thinking? Are you talking about the person I'm thinking of when you were your best friend in the whole wide world?
Yeah.
Okay, I could see him watching this.
And so when I would go to their house for dinner, we would always eat in the living room, and he would always turn on Three Stooges. We could not eat fast enough. I mean, if you want to get your kids to eat, I don't know. We were young girls, so we hated it.
Well, could you imagine if you didn't have, YouTube and all the technology now, could you imagine if your husband came home, surprised you with Three Stooges? What did you do?
What would be the equivalent of Three Stooges now? Dumb and Dumber? Would that be the equivalent? I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, probably.
Any Will Ferrell movie?
Yeah, probably. But I think the Three Stooges, for me, this is my personal opinion, don't get upset with me, but the Three Stooges is the worst. It's torture for me.
Sorry. Yeah, see? So, no, Jim Carrey is awesome. I love Jim Carrey. Will Ferrell, meh.
I'm not crazy about Jim Carrey, but I do think he's a good person.
No, I love Jim Carrey. I've always loved him, but anyways. he's like an acting icon for me.
We like different things.
We like different things. Yeah, I grew up with him, so. Anyways, that's the end of our One Hit Wonders live stream.
Thank you for your patience.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Thank you for all the song suggestions. I think we played a lot of good ones today. A lot of ones that we hadn't heard of before, so that's cool. And so, we'll be back. Our next one will be the other top voted, I think it's lead guitar songs live stream. So that'll be our next one, and we'll announce it. Hopefully I don't get sick again and we can keep it, and then yeah, we'll go from there. I think
great.
Another movie song live stream would be good though, because that was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, thank you everybody, and have a good rest of your evening or morning, depending on where you are. So thank you, and bye.
Thank you for joining us. Have a great weekend.
Bye.
Bye.